Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to episode 9 of Steel Forest. So, what is it going to be today? Well, for one, we need to find out where we will set up the mining guild. That is one thing that we're definitely going to do. I started out today's episode and, well, I saw this and I like it, okay? You might call me insane and all, but I like dwarfs hauling a boatload of boulders somewhere. I think this is exactly what dwarfs are going to do. Anyways, so when we're heading back downstairs to the mining adventures of ours, I think it was about here, we've had a really good time last episode. We're not going to stop here, that's the thing. We need more of that sweet, sweet hematite, and therefore we're going to dig through that granite wherever we can. In this spirit, we're going to start right away today with exactly that. A new megalomaniac mining plan that just will do more of the same. We have also our first mandated goods. It's up to us to do some bracelets. I also accidentally had the time passing a little bit again between this and the last episode. So that sometimes happens when I stop the recording, do the preparations for the upload and whatnot. Yeah, this time it happened again. But, well, they, as far as I saw, they just lobbed some boulders there, and that's been that. Now then. Let's check with the orders. What they also managed to do, obviously, is to get the gear together, which is exactly what I wanted to see. So let's start with that. I want to have a militia commander. We already got that. Brilliant. And I think, well, this place, it does require guards on the surface. And, well, we're going to provide here. So this is going to be the very first barracks. Very close to the surface because, well, at the end of the day, I want to have a response force against the long ears as quick as possible. That's just one of the things. The bracelet thing, yeah, well, we're just going to order quickly something at the Craftsdorf's abode. They can make some rock bracelets twice. That's definitely going to happen. Alright, so when it comes down to the mining guild, I think, well, it would be amazing to use something of this. I mean, basically, we could do that. This is stupid, I love it. So, yeah, welcome to the new guild hall. Yeah, it's a nice little thing, isn't it? So the idea behind that, it has an idea, is that we're going to go and leave it rough and all, and do some art and some stuff like that. The fun part is, I don't know if you noticed already, this thing had already a net value of 6,000 dwarf bucks when I announced it. This is because just every tile in there has a value. And, yeah. That's our Miners Guild. So obviously we're not going to do it like this alone. I mean, seriously, can't do a little bit better. But altogether, I do love the idea of that. So let's set up some rhyolite walls here in between, and get ourselves some door and some window in there. Sort of look a little bit more civilized. But I realized that I like the idea of just having this enormous blob of terrain just being our miners guild. Why not? I think this is going to be excellent, especially once the whole decoration part kicks in. We do need to do something with the granite, though, to make that idea shine for real. So, but one thing at a time. We're now going to set up some gemstone windows, but just some Morion ones. We're not going to make this too pompous. Never been the idea. A artifact door would be also available, but no, we leave it pretty simple like that. We are also gaining new amounts of other low quality gemstones with that, but nothing unexpected on that. All right. So the barracks need to be excavated properly, and that also means they need a floor. We're going to set up some... Well, let's take some basalt flooring. Basalt is really a material we have plenty of. And after that, we are just going to order the mining jobs here. And we set up some walls around it. Barracks done. Alrighty. Let's make that again some allanite walls. Wait a sec, this is floor, this ain't wall. It just happens so often to me that I misclick. This is one of the things where I think the ASCII version is just better, where you can do stuff. You're forced more. You're going to be forced more to use key bindings and hotkeys, whereas the graphical overlay here really tempts you to do everything with the mouse. You could just use the hotkeys, you know, they're all marked. I tried to get myself to do so, but oof, I didn't make it. All right, we need now floodgates. Open the floodgates, 4 floodgates, because there's going to be a lot of them. So we have one of those crazy mayors that want crazy things, like more floodgates than any jurist could probably ever want or use. It's not the first time, and certainly not the last time that somebody like that gets there, but, well. The Obscure Vessels, I love the name, and they are going to be the first line of defense here in Steel Forest. There we go. Training area for you. There's schedule. And let's see who we got there. Animal trainer, being a somewhat skilled person, adequate fighter. Let's see. I'm going to take the animal trainers preferably. Wood burner. Ah, that's a pretty important job here. So, well, don't want to pick the wood people away. Craftsdwarf is pretty replaceable, job-wise. And we certainly don't want a hunter. Actually, I want to unmark this right away. Okay, so, yeah. Gear-wise, we're lacking shields. Do we have wooden shields? Did I make that? I think we did. So now we need to do that manually to give them any material shield. But yeah, weapons are missing. So we're going to order us some short swords. Let's make that like this. Let's make it 4. Let's see, do I have the material for that? Ooh, boy oh boy, do we have a lot of iron bars. Nice. Ah, that's making me hopeful. That's giving me high hopes. So, we're going to construct ourselves again a couple of windows here. I've recently fallen in love with these. It's hard to notice, but that's why I'm telling you. So, these guys are deserving a nice window to look out of, right? So, I also want to finally deconstruct these, as the comment section already asked me, why the hell do you have these ramps here, Icon? They were just a artifact from the times past. So, down here, things have developed quite nicely. we have 2 layers of bedrooms, and we're going to expand the barrack construction even further than that. We need a building like that, and we need it preferably now. So this is going to be the last level of this place. After that, it's just going to be 1 more layer of roof. Ah, boy, oh boy. This is just, well... It is sorta inefficient, but I still love what it is. I mean, whenever I think that something I'm building starts to be a little bit inefficient, I remind myself that you have so much space in Dwarf Fortress. It's just insane how much room you got for everything. We're just using a minuscule amount of the room. Therefore, I really need to get myself proactively away from over-optimizing buildings. Like this nice hallway in the center, we're going to be able to make such nice looking things with that still. This possibility wouldn't even exist if we'd go for a narrow corridor there. And that's just all the little things. But I admit, it is quite hard. There we go. Can't place those walls, these doors before at least 1 neighboring wall is down. It's a little bit annoying, but I'm pretty sure the fellas from DFHack will solve that issue one day too. They pretty much solve every issue out there. So, and there we go. New apartments for an entire flock of Steel Forestians. I like that. So we just need to put a lid on top of this. We basically don't need to, but I think it is an incomplete building if it doesn't have a roof. So we're doing the roof, right? All right. So just simple basalt flooring. And then we're just going to put some hatch covers on top of the staircases, and then I'll call it a day. So, never happy with the amount of floodgates here, are we? Oh shoot, this is going to be a really, really annoying one. But if I'm lucky, yours will be happy once there is a baseline of floodgates present. Often they are like that. So there's another hematite vein. Well, more like a splotch. Stuff is not really spawning in veins here, it's more in pockets. But it's okay. At least it is something. Ooh, look at that. Nice. At least we're getting somewhere here, bit by bit. Alright. So, with the situation on that, let's see how far did we get with the swords. I think we got this sorted out. Nice. So, for whatever reason, we still have that low boot book. Let's see if I can resolve it. And the year 138 dawns for the Fortress of Steel Forest. We are exactly 1 dwarf short of being eligible for raids, which is quite hilarious, but it is what it is. And we are also about to found our 2nd squadron. The 2nd squadron, will be located a little bit deeper down below, because they will be the first assault squadron that we are forming. The obscure vessels will be our defense squadron, and we got to form some gear next. We are making ourselves some iron battle axes, and we're making only 5 of them. I'm still moderating these a little bit. And the assault squadron's home. Let's see. Where could we let them live? Yeah, I don't want them... Or do I? Just realizing that I could let them live very close by to the other folks. Yeah, we do that. I like the idea of having my grunts all together very close by. Therefore, we're making a real thing out of that. So here goes 1 barracks. Alert! Thieves. Alright. So thieves are trying to get past our dwarven guards, but they didn't make it far. And then our guards didn't make it far because they got started puking in the sunlight. We have to work around that. Somehow the Banner of Shadow people do their name honors insofar as they're starting to lose their stomach once they go into the sunlight. Whatever. So we have a pocket of wet splotch there, so we're going to do the walling a little bit different this time. Some rhyolite walling here this time. And we do an odd thing like this here. Just follow the path of what we got there. And an allanite flooring here. Just like that. Now I'm taking away these bits. The rhyolite walls do exactly what I was hoping they'd do. They fit in very nice naturally here into the environs. And the allanite is adding in some nice color. Everything going down as intended. So one thing that I really need to do between this and the next few episodes is finding some time to give myself a proper artisans district, you know? I don't want to just have a sloppy Joe here again when it comes down to all these things. I'm quite happy that we are starting to organize things better. But I need to do it somehow, you know? It doesn't happen on itself. So, well, I think it would be fun to have some workshopping going on here in the vicinity of this area here. You see that main stairwell? I'm gonna think about that between this and the next episode. Sometimes I like to step back and think about these things. So, new militia captain squad. Like I said, the girders of naming have arrived. What a weird name. Anyways, so here, well, what can I do? I think I will have to take away the woodworkers and the clothiers. It is okay. New people will come to fill these spots. There we go. So, the girders of naming. I missed a spot there. These walls have to be filled too. And this is going to be their barracks. And as soon as they have found some combat training, I'll send them off to do some raiding and whatnot. So, well. Here. That's why. And obviously, we need to do that again for every single shield. I mean, I think I can do some sort of a template myself, which is metal gear and wooden shields. But yeah, it's one of those things where I think it would be a smart idea to do that, and then I forget about it again and again and again. It's just, do you have such things as well? Alright, so we have a pretty good stockpile of timber still. It's making me quite happy. And seeing what's happening down here at the smelter is giving me a pretty good feeling altogether. We are getting somewhere. I don't want to assign more soldiers at this point, because in a grand total, we don't really have more dwarfs to be turned into soldiers. We still need some workers around, and 10 of 80 is already a 12.5% participation of military. If you now deduct all the children, which are also quite a few, this place is armed to the teeth. Or should we say to the beards? You know what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. I like armed to the beards. So, well, we have some hospitals to build as well, I do realize here. That's one of those tasks that somehow fell off the table as well. alongside with the everlasting pressure of doing a clothing industry. I hate doing clothing industries. But, well, we had an entire fortress without any functioning working clothing industry, so it can work, even if you totally mess it up. I don't know what I did there, in all honesty, to make it still work. That is, that's what's been baffling me most about that. Anyway, so the Miners Guild Hall. Whoopsie, I scrolled too far. The fun part about that is this could be the biggest smoothing project in the history of Dwarvenkind. So, dwarves like to smooth, as you might know. But I'm still assigning this project here to the outer walls for now. Just the outer walls. There will be a day I'll be assigning the big smoothing of the Miners Guild Hall, but that's when they are. That's left for the day when they're craving for the Grand Guild Hall. So, I think this is all sorted out and working out fine for now. This is nice. So let's get ourselves some. Let's see. Yeah, let's use some rhyolite flooring here. Want to get started with the business in the hospital area there. Okay, so I think with the militarism in mind, we're going to build a very, very similar building like the one that we did before. I don't want to build exactly the same because that would be boring, and I take it that dwarves are still, you know, architectural creative beings. As in, they'd be more or less offended by the thought to build just exactly the same building twice, or at least it's my personal fantasy. It's a sandbox game after all. You can do whatever makes you happy here. We're going to go for a structure like this. Yeah, well, is that okay? Let's see. We're gonna be going for apartment thingies like these. Yeah, let's see how many of these will fit in here. There we go. Similar, but not the same, and that's exactly what I've been after. Very creative. Very, very creative. Gotta give Eurus that. It's been a very creative take of him. And we still can't build the doors back there. We had the same problem previously already. It's for the stairwells. But it's a narrower build. And it is necessary as there's already the next flock of new arrivals getting there, which is amazing. I'm very happy to see all the new people arriving here, but it also means that we should be working. Speaking about getting to work, an Animal Trainers Guild Hall has been requested. Now that's been the one that I expected the least, but whatever. So I want to go forth and dig out the new stoneworkers area. I figured we don't need to make too many things too differently here. Can have that one hole functional and then branch off like that. So here, that's my dot. There we go. So this way we can create a hall like this without giving away too much of our potential to adapt and all. But at the same time, I open up a lot of new area there for the sake of working with materials. So here's my idea. We're going to go for a... Whoa, not like this. We're going to go for a granite stockpile here first. And there will be also craft stores, workshops. There we go. Then we'll have a smallish stockpile for finished goods of all sorts. I don't know if I already got one. I think I do. Yes, here. So that one will be now deleted, as it will be replaced for this one there. There we go. And the rest shall be filled with stoneworkers for now. Or at least let's make that 4 or so. Okay, and now to this wild petition of the animal trainers guild hall. This is, again, one of these things where I'm like, okay, but where? Our surface area ain't done yet. They're coming up with that idea way too early. I'd love to set up something here in that vicinity, but we're miles away from that. So instead, I will go for a solution like this. Pigtail braze, whatever that is. I mean, my English isn't the worst, but pigtail what now? So that's a form of trousers, obviously. Decorated with pigtail and cowbone, and encircled with bands of pigtail. Made from pigtail cloth, adorned with hanging rings of donkey bone and menaces with spikes of pigtail, cat leather, and basalt. The item is an image of troubled, truthful, the Saguaro rib blowgun in shore. Okay, a depiction of an artifact made out of gemstone. I think this is a pretty decent find. Good job on that, dear. Alright, so, guild hall time. I feel like I make a too small thing here. This will be not enough room in the long term. Knowing my friends here, they might come up with the idea that they need to have this thing, a grand guild hall, one day in the far-fetched future. And I just want to be prepared. So, do I still have diorite on the stockpiles? Yep, I do. Okay, so the next thing that has to change is we need access to the main stairwell like that. Doesn't help. Our crafters, if they have to access this area here too, they do too many unnecessary commutes there. I don't like this. We're breaking this up. Okay, the long-term thought about that is that I want to make crafts out of the granite. Just rock crafts. And let's see, I want to make a certain type of craft. And let's see, we're going to make, what is a good thing here? What's a fitting thing for our place made out of stone? Well, I'm gonna stick with amulets. So there we go. We're only taking the very high quality things, and we only take the stuff made out of stone. There we go. So this stockpile will now take from that stockpile. That's a little bit of an important thing, but it'll work out. So the rest I'll be configuring next episode. It'll all boil down to these amulets being decorated then with or gemstones, and that should yield us a nice bit of profit there. At least that's the thought behind this entire crafts hall. And I think this will make it look pretty nice. I mean, I try to make more compact units that make sense in this run, and I think so far I'm quite happy with what is happening here. So thanks for watching, you all. Drop me your comments down below. A thumbs up would be appreciated. Consider subscribing, yada yada yada. I'd be very happy to have all of the things done that I've been talking about in every single episode. So I just want to sum it up with thanks for being around, you all. Down there in the description box you can find plenty of more Dwarf Fortress and whatnot. Thanks if you are supporting the channel financially, and thanks for watching this episode. Really means a terrible lot to me, and I hope you had a good time and coming back soon. See you there, and goodbye.